It may be cool, it may be really helpful, but ChatGPT won't save you. And in this video, I'm going to delve into the reasons why ChatGPT will not help you to lose weight and sustain it. And it's an incredible tool. I'm sure most of you watching this have used it. It's so popular and, for every reason, the way that it can condense things down, it can find us answers to things, it can kind of help us to understand things and give us frameworks. It's an incredibly useful tool, and AI is just taken over, isn't it? And it's been used in so many facets of life to great advantage, especially for like businesses and for you as an individual. So it's a tool that people are using a lot, and I always get questions, and it always comes up in topic around AI and ChatGPT and weight loss. And this video is to really help you to understand why ChatGPT will not save you. It will not help you to lose the weight that you've carried with you for the last 10, 15, 20 years. It will not help you to learn how to then sustain that and build health and fitness as an integral part of your life. And there's a main reason for that. Now, yes, ChatGPT will give you information. And I've been saying this for years, all right? Most adults don't have an information problem, they have an implementation one. And ChatGPT is just helping people to get even more information, more bespoke and more tailored to their needs and wants. So it's helping to fast track that process. So it's creating even more information, but it still doesn't solve the implementation problem. And this is where over 30s go wrong. This is why so many over 30s are stuck in a body and a lifestyle they don't like. It's why if they were to look at their life, most areas are great, great career, happy with their family situation, their personal life, their social life, holidays, like all is good, but the missing piece of the jigsaw is health and fitness. And it's not because you've got an information problem. It's an implementation one. You've tried everything. You've had PTs, you've had apps, you've been to gym classes, you've tried diets, like you've got a good understanding of a lot of things. You've tried everything, boot camps, running, weight training, like you name it. You've literally experienced everything. So you probably know the base fundamentals of health and fitness, exercise, nutrition, you've tried various things, you have had success as well. So it's not like you're short of what you need to do, but it's actually doing it. Now with ChatGPT, yes, we can find out, okay, here are my calorie totals. Now can you create a meal plan for me? And we can go kind of deeper into it to get even more personalized kind of support with our journey. But it's just information. It's more noise, it's more overwhelm in your minds, and it's taking away from the true impact that needs to happen, which is implementation. But not only implementation, because it's not just about losing weight. To actually sustain weight loss, we need to know how to sustain weight loss. That doesn't come from following a training or meal plan. That comes from an identity change. That comes from changing who you are as a person, your mindset and your values, and going through a long-term process to actually shift who you are as a person. That doesn't come from putting into ChatGPT, work out my nutritional goals for me wanting to lose 10 kilos and build me a meal plan and a shopping list. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to help you to achieve all that you ever want. And I always take this back to the same kind of analogy of lottery winners. And, there's an incredible statistic that so many lottery winners are like, are bankrupt after a year or two. And it's incredible. And you think like, what? You've literally been given millions and then suddenly you're bankrupt. But it's the same with ChatGPT. It's trying to fast track your success without going through the process. You could put into ChatGPT, create me the most scientific training and nutrition plan for me. I'm a woman over 30. I've got 2 kids. I do this job. Like you could go as specific as you want, and it could tailor the most scientific plan for you. But what does that actually do? Because what do you expect to just implement that for a couple of weeks and then suddenly, get to where you want to be? You might implement it for 4 weeks, you might lose a bit of weight, be on a really good path, but then you're not where you want to be, and that triggers your mindset to think, well, like, what, am I going to do this forever? And then you just throw the towel and you give up, because just like lottery winners, they don't have the identity of someone that knows how to handle money. They don't know how to invest it, they don't know how to spend it, they don't know how to save it. So they get given all this money, they just go, oh my God, spend it, and then they're back to square one. And it's the same with your journey. If you could implement another plan, a more scientific one, and add all these, different things to what you're already doing now, which might help you to see a result quickly. But are you going to be able to sustain that? What is the long-term trajectory that you're on? And that's why having a personalized roadmap bespoke to you is incredibly valuable. It's not just about implementing like surface level things, logistical things that you can go, right, I just need to do this and then I get to there. It's a journey and a process. That's why in the Lean and Fulfilled 2.0, we take a client through a 4-phase process, because at different phases of your journey, you need different things. You know, when you start your weight loss journey and the journey to actually lose weight and sustain it, you need to build better habits, you need to change your mindset. Then to actually get to the end of your weight loss journey and lose that stubborn body fat that you've never been able to lose, we need to have a mindset shift. We need to set an audacious goal. We need urgency. We need a deadline. Then once we've actually got to that place that you've always dreamed of, you need to learn how to sustain it. What does that look like? Reverse diet, intuitive eating, okay? How we can focus more on performance goals. And then how do we actually sustain that for the rest of our life? We have to look at fulfillment, realize that health and fitness is more than health and fitness. It's lifestyle, it's a mindset, it's a feeling. Okay, it's who you are as a person, and that's phase fulfillment. So it's one thing getting a little bit of advice from ChatGPT to try and help you to kickstart your weight loss journey, but it's not going to cut it. It's not an information problem you have, it's an implementation one. And ChatGPT will never be able to give you that. It will never help you to implement the things that you need to achieve what you want. And your life is so unique, it's so bespoke to you as an individual with your responsibilities, you know, what things you have going on in life. So adapting, frequently, daily, weekly is absolutely essential. You need touch points. You need someone to be able to lean into, to offload, to chat through recurring challenges that happen in your journey so you can actually get real-time advice to support and help you move forward. And actually be able to, bang heads together with someone that actually understands and has walked, a mile in your shoes and has been through that process. And that's where the big differences are. Like ChatGPT will not save you. It will not change your mindset. It will not build these things into your life. So it's an integral part of who you are and allow you and create the foundations for you to finally, achieve and sustain your dream body and healthy lifestyle. It won't do that for you. It will give you more information. It might help to, break things down for you to make it as simple as it can and say, look, just do this and you will achieve an outcome. But that's not how the game works. It's not about do this, get that. It's about do this, see how it goes, adjust, trial and error, go again. Success is not a straight line. It's fluctuating. There's so many different things to overcome and things to change, and it takes time. We can't just implement something for 4 weeks and miraculously we arrive at the place we've always wanted. It's a journey, but it's a commitment to being the best version of yourself and unlocking fulfillment physically and mentally and emotionally, and what that does for you and everyone else around you. That's what being lean and fulfilled is. That's what is truly losing weight and learning how to sustain it. It's more of a mindset shift and a change in who you are, as opposed to just follow this scientifically crafted training and nutrition plan to suddenly lose weight and sustain it. So hopefully this changes your mindset. I'm always a big believer that with my content and the way that I do things is very different to what's out there. So I want to kind of shift your belief system. I want to just give you some food for thought, get you to sit with things and question what you do, because if you change the narratives in your head, you can change your outcome. But you have to think differently. And whereas so many over 30s now that have tried and failed for years, all of them, if they're not going for Ozempic or Mounjaro, they're now jumping on the ChatGPT bandwagon. But again, it's just another distraction from the real work that needs to be done. Your mindset needs to change, your lifestyle, your habits, and you need to commit to a long period of time to actually be able to do that, especially if you've been living a certain way for 15, 20 years. We have to change a lot about who you are, and nothing like, one-to-one coaching will help you do that. So hopefully that was useful. As always, like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, drop me a message, and I hope it helps.